Hey guys, it's time for another twin flame video, and this is one that's been on my heart to do for a little over a week now, and it just finally seemed like the right time. And it's a little bit of a dagger, so I want to approach it a little bit as gently as possible. It's something that I wish I would have known much earlier on in my twin flame experience. And I'm glad I know it now because it's benefiting me now, but I think knowing it earlier on would have saved me a lot of pain and helped me really get on track with what the twin flame experience is intended for. And it's this is the information that has come to me. A lot of times in the twin flame relationship, we excuse whatever we're doing based on the fact that we're in this twin flame dynamic and it's high and it's spiritual and it's this and this and this, and so we're like, oh, so we can do this and be this way and be this way, and sometimes we cross lines that aren't in alignment with our true self, that aren't they're just not the best. That's the best way I can put it. They're not something that is contributing to the greater good of our own evolution. And the thing is it's like there's usually someone kind of moving away from the twin flame relationship and then someone trying to pursue it, right? In many, many cases, that's how it is. And a lot of times the chaser, or the pursuer, does things like they meditate on that person, or I've heard of a lot of twins casting spells. I may or may not have done that. Or they just kind of obsess like a fan in some ways, and it's very different from what the twin flame dynamic, I feel, is intended for. It is intended for us to connect into this feeling of love and to know and see this person who brings out this feeling of home and recognition and all these wonderful things in us, and then we're supposed to learn how to move through life having those feelings within ourselves. That twin gives us a better idea of what we do and do not want in life, what we are and are not in alignment with. And sometimes we mistake those feelings for that person being the most incredible thing on earth. And turning the light on because it's getting dark. The truth is, it's more about the feelings than the person. And the person is wonderful and divine, and if you get time with them, it's fantastic. But if you start obsessing over them like a fan, what happens energetically is, since you guys are so interconnected, you pull on their energy, and that does not pull them towards you. It drains them, and that is the last person you want to drain. That being that you love so much, you don't want to drain them. You don't want to drain that person. And most of the time it's perfectly innocent when people are like thinking on their twin all the time, meditating on them, whatever they're doing. But the truth is, what is your real intention behind that? Is it to get that person? Is it to get them? You don't need to be doing that. You need to meditate on the feelings and enjoy the feelings and invite the good feelings to come and stay and be a part of you and your life and your world. Because that feeling of someone being a fan doesn't feel very good. It's draining, and it's not what the twin flame relationship is about. So if you're going about it in that way, it's going to always feel painful. It's going to hurt and it's going to ache, and especially if your goal is to just be near that person all the time, it's always going to hurt. You don't want it to hurt. There's this beautiful opportunity in this relationship. And the key thing with this relationship is that the love is always there. So it might feel like shit right here, or not that good, or frustrating. But up here where it all originated, around here, source energy, all around you, it's love. You know that person loves you. You know it. We're all made to love each other. To love, respect, and honor. And that brings me to the second part of this video, which is very, very linked to the first part, and it's this twin flame came down here to have an experience on Earth. We were all made to love each other, but that was not their sole purpose for coming here. You know, that's not their sole purpose for being here, it's to just be with you. They came here with their own purpose, and though you guys may intermingle and maybe your connection sparks you to delve into your purpose, their purpose is not you. Their purpose is their purpose. And it's very important to respect and honor them in their purpose as human beings, not just looking at them and saying, there's my twin, looking at them and saying, there's a human being on this planet, what are they doing? And respecting and honoring that process is important. It doesn't matter what they're doing, because a lot of times when we meet our twin, shit's going down in their life. You know, something crazy is happening, or they're transforming, or, you know, your presence in their life sent them into this kind of messy expansion. And we need to honor that and where they're at, even if it doesn't seem like a great place to be. They came down here to have this experience, to roll around in the dirt. We're all human beings right now at this moment in these bodies. I mean, we're more than that, but right now we're doing the human thing. They're doing the human thing. On the divine level, we are freaking connected forever. For Evsies, besties. We're there. You don't want to force it to be that on the physical level. You don't want to force that. You don't want to look at that person and own them as your twin. They are a human being, and you need to respect that, and you need to honor where they're at. And when you can do that, it's so cool. It's so cool to step back and really see them for what they're doing and who they're choosing to be right now instead of who you want them to be. You know? It might feel lonely at first to be like, so it's all about me, I gotta do all this me work, and it's gonna feel lonely until you know you more, because you don't know you very well. You know, if you're getting really triggered by your twin, you don't know yourself as well as you could. You're not very nice to yourself if it feels lonely to be alone. So this process is learning to be nicer to yourself and get to know you. Ask yourself real questions. Ask yourself why your twin triggers you the way they do. What needs to transform in you? What belief systems have they bumped up against in you? What beliefs in yourself have they bumped up against? It's really cool because it like fast tracks you into knowing this stuff and knowing yourself on a deeper and truer level, so you can enjoy your own company more. And guess what happens when you enjoy your own company, man? Like, you draw in people who are truly in alignment with you. Not just romantic partner, or partner, whatever you want to do, but friends and family and people who really resonate with who you are. Because when you have a clarity and a knowing of who you are on a big level and what you stand for and what your purposes are, then the universe can clearly bring to you that which supports you. I think that's what this whole twin thing's more about. And I'm not axing out the idea that you can end up with your twin, because you can definitely end up with your twin, but you might not. And as soon as you can make peace with that, you're going to draw yourself closer to love. We're so much freer than we think we are. Don't enslave yourselves to ideas. Be free and be powerful. Be powerful. That's what your twin is begging you to do. Be powerful and do your work. Let whatever you were sparked by your twin with, whatever was imbued in you, whatever you received from that encounter, let that fuel you. Let it fuel you up to go do your work in this world. They're going to do their work too. They're going to do their work too. They might even be doing it, even if it doesn't look like it. They're on their way to it. And you don't want to get so caught up in the dynamic that you forget that that's why you were sparked in the first place. Don't get caught up in owning and being with and making this dynamic a certain way. Let the spark live within you and say, what do I want to do with it? And another thing that kind of came through to me is any moments that you've had with your twin that felt just, so good and you miss them. Go back to those moments and feel the feeling, and then cut your twin out and be there with the feeling and recognize that that's your feeling. It's like, you made up that feeling. You created it in yourself. How warm and gooey and sensual and wonderful is that? Yep. It's gonna be okay. It's all okay. This is an awesome journey, an awesome experience, and go do your work. Go do your work.